welcome to our channel. If you are new here, then
welcome.
My name is Ashley. I'm a mom of two. I have a 4-year-old daughter named Mackenzie and a 5-month-old boy named Cruz. We post videos about motherhood, lifestyle, and also family vlogs. So we would love for you guys to join our little family and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button right next to it so you get notified whenever we drop a new video. So as you guys see in the title, I'm going to give you guys tips on how to confidently breastfeed in public. Now I'm just going to be sharing my experience and how I gained the confidence to breastfeed in public, you know, with or without a cover. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's completely up to you and whatever makes you feel comfortable. Now, a little background story. I exclusively pumped with my daughter because I was a little bit younger. I didn't know how to breastfeed. I didn't get the help that I should have gotten. With my son, I was just like, this is going to work. I'm going to breastfeed. I'm going to nurse. And it was really important to me. So I got the help that I needed. And so far, we've been successful for 5 months. Now, if you guys need some tips on how to have a successful breastfeeding journey, the link is down below. I made a whole video on that, and I really have to give myself a pat on the back because if I seen that video when I had my daughter, I would have, you know, listened to those tips and would have been very successful, you know, exclusively nursing her instead of exclusively pumping. Now, there's nothing wrong at all with exclusively pumping. If that's what you prefer to do, then go ahead. I've done it. It's the same thing. It's still breastfeeding. I just want to, you know, try nursing out and see how it went. So far it's been going good. So my first tip is to know the law. Now, it is legal to breastfeed in public in all 50 states. So that means that if you are in a restaurant and let's say the waiter was just like, can you please cover up or can you go to the bathroom, that's considered discrimination and that is against the law. They have no right to tell you to get up and cover up or do anything like that. You have the legal right to breastfeed anywhere, anytime, with or without a cover. It's not a sexual act. When it comes to breastfeeding, I feel like sometimes it gets controversial just because society is the one who sexualized breast. Meanwhile, God made our breasts to nourish our babies. A woman's body is so amazing that we get to carry a child, birth a child, as well as nourish our child. So keep that law in the back of your mind when if anybody comes up to you and, you know, say something mean to you just because you're breastfeeding in public, know that it's the law, it's your legal right. I like to think of a way I'm going to respond to them. Let's say, you know, someone comes up to me and be like, you really think you should be doing that here? It depends how I feel. I might not have some nice things to say, or I might just politely stay quiet and just turn away and go about my business. For example, if you hear a crying baby and you're like, oh my gosh, that baby's hungry, and then people are gonna be looking at you like, oh my gosh, feed that baby. And then you're feeding your baby and people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, she's breastfeeding. Moms clearly don't have a win-win, you know? At the end of the day, why would you wanna make your baby cry? Meanwhile, you know how to soothe your baby. You know how to feed your baby. So do what you gotta do. Don't care what anybody has to say. Just focus on you and your baby. Tip number 2 is to practice. Practice in the mirror. I know it sounds funny, but it really does help. Now, like I said, with my first daughter, I didn't nurse with her. And with him, I was just like, okay, this is gonna be my first time actually nursing. I feel like you see a lot of pictures on the internet, or people have this perception of breastfeeding as if like you're taking off your entire shirt, you know? People think you're just gonna be like completely topless breastfeeding, and that is not the case. That is not what breastfeeding is. So when I was pregnant, I was just like, you know, I'm gonna be confident to breastfeed in public, it's gonna be a breeze, blah, blah, blah. But the reality kicked in, and when I gave birth, we had some breastfeeding issues. We had some latching issues. He did not want that. He wouldn't open his mouth wide enough. So it was a struggle. And when it came to the time that, you know, it was my first time out, he was starting to get fussy. It was time for him to eat. So I got my breastfeeding cover. First time was actually pretty stressful. We were at a festival at the beach, and, you know, it was around a lot of people. And, you know, it was time for him to eat. So I got out my cover, and I was trying to see, like, you know, how to get him to latch on and stuff like that. And in this cover, it's like your head is inside this tent. I just felt so uncomfortable. It was like the middle of June. It was hot. I live in Virginia, so it was like in the 90s. I was just so uncomfortable. I knew he was uncomfortable. I was just like, it was very, very stressful. It was very overwhelming and I didn't like it. I was very frustrated. I mean, I got him to latch on, he was okay, but you know, I kept looking in there, making sure he could breathe in there. I was just not a fan of it. Personally, I was just like, I just didn't like it. So I was just like, I need to learn how to be confident to breastfeed without a cover. And like I said, this is completely up to you what you guys want to do. So I went home, I was nursing, I was looking at myself in the mirror, like what can you really see? And in reality, if you have the right clothes on, you can breastfeed in whatever you want to. A lot of clothes can be breastfeeding friendly. It's just, during the summertime, like if you have a romper on, then your boob is gonna be out, and if you don't feel comfortable with that, then you can cover up. And I would say like dresses, because it depends on what dress you have. If you have a long sleeve dress on, the only way to feed your baby is to lift it up. So you just want to be mindful, like if you're going to be out with baby and you're going to feed him, that you're wearing the right clothes to breastfeed in. One of my favorite sweatshirts is this one from the Little Milk Bar on Instagram, Mind Your Own Tits. Not only is it cute and comfy, but it also has a powerful message that will give you confidence to breastfeed whenever and wherever. Definitely follow their page. Tip number 3 is the 2-shirt method, which is what I've been doing ever since I got home that day and started practicing. So the 2-shirt method is basically when you have a cami. So this is my cami, and this is just like a basic cami that I had for years from like Forever 21. Walmart has camis for just like $1 and some change. You can get a couple colors. You have your regular shirt on top, have a cami, and then of course have your nursing bra. What I usually do is just unbuckle myself while this shirt is down. You can't see much. All you're doing is just unclipping, pulling it down. But for the sake of the video, I'm gonna show you a little bit. So you see the cami. This is the cami, and all you do is just pull it down under your bra and then unclip and then feed. I pulled that down already. I unclip, pull that down, and grab your baby. And that's it. And you cannot see anything at all. And then you can just adjust yourself, adjust the shirt that you're actually wearing. I like to fold it a little bit so it's not covering up his nose. And also the cami helps me out because I'm still not completely confident in my postpartum body. So, I still have a little gut and stretch marks and stuff like that. So the cami covers all of that. My stomach is not all out. We're still chilling. We're still cool. Look at this. You can't even tell. So this has helped me so much because all it looks like is like I'm just holding my baby. It looks like I'm just like rocking him to sleep, just cuddling him, cradling him, and it doesn't even look like I'm feeding him. There's so many times, especially during the summertime, when we used to go to cookouts and birthday parties and stuff like that, and even my husband's friends, they'll like come up and say hi to me. They didn't even know I was feeding him. They're like, wow, you do it so discreetly. They were like impressed. I feel like a lot of people, like I said before, think that breastfeeding is just like exposing your whole breast out, and that is not the case. This method is the method. And when I got those compliments, like, wow, she does it so easy. Like, and of course it takes time. In the beginning, like I said, we had those latching issues, and I went to a lactation consultant and got help, and then after that I felt good. I started practicing more. In the beginning, baby's learning how to breastfeed, you're learning how to breastfeed, so it's like you need to get to learn each other, and then everything will fall into place. So if you are struggling right now, don't give up, keep trying, ask for help. Definitely look at my 10 tips on how to have a successful breastfeeding journey, because all those tips will help you. This video will help you to confidently breastfeed in public without a cover. But if you do prefer a cover, then go ahead. It's completely up to you. Don't let anybody tell you what to do, because it's your body, it's your baby, you know what's best. So that pretty much sums up my 3 tips on how to confidently breastfeed in public. Give this video a thumbs up if this video helped you. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions about breastfeeding or motherhood or anything like that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.